Greetings, dear hearts. How are you? I just got back from my morning walk, and I apologize for the lighting. It's a little um, dark, and it's rainy outside. It's actually quite nice, and I like to listen to the rain and have me lull it. Have it lull me. Anyhow, have me lull it. Yeah, I got back from a walk and I just wanted to make a quick video. I was inspired to make a quick video about transcendence versus escapism. And transcendence, actually, a lot of people think of transcendence, and even Merriam-Webster dictionary describes it as rise above. But the origins of the word are actually Latin. I do believe we pronounce it transcendere. Excuse me if I'm wrong about the pronunciation. And it actually means to climb across, from trans and then scandere and scan, to go across. So I've also seen a definition or a explanation of transcendence as more of than rising above or going above or flying above something, more of going through and then up. So the point being that, transcending has more to do with going inside, going through things, processing your shadow, and yes, breath work. I didn't mean in my last video to say that breath work is not important. It definitely is, and meditation is so incredibly helpful, at least for me in my experience. However, it is going through it, and then again doing the things that bring you joy. And versus escapism, kind of being, there are many. I remember somebody said, I do believe it was the rock girl, Allison Hayes, who I was at a Mind Body Spirit Expo out here on the East Coast, and she had said in one of her seminars that there are a lot of individuals who walk around with their crown chakra so open. And for those who do not know what chakras are, they're energy centers in your body. I do believe in Sanskrit, chakra means wheel. So it's energy centers in your body. So you can look more into that. Chrakas. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I'm like, with the spelling right now. So that word always boggles me when I'm spelling it. Anyhow, so it's important to ground, and if you want a really good explanation and an example of grounding, you can check out Savan Champel's some of his videos about grounding and how to make your day go better. I may, in my subscriptions on my channel, I think you can find him. I'm not exactly right now sure the exact spelling of his name. Anyhow, with transcendence versus escapism, like I said, it's important to go within. Self-love, go within. Self-love, not from a false ego state, more from your true inner source. And paying attention to, as Louise Hay calls it, your inner ding and the guidance from within. There's those sayings that, many sayings are, in many spiritual traditions, that, the answers that you seek are all, within you. Even, Christianity, the kingdom of heaven lies within. So, that's important to go in, like, again, I said, process your shadow side, your quote unquote dark side, and bring it into the light, and again, to climb across and go through it and process it. The escapism, in my humble opinion, escapism, well, I'll just say it this way. I invite you to consider limiting or totally avoiding watching television, reading the newspaper, and what was the other one? Listening to the radio, finding your music by, listening to, consider, either getting a subscription or, playing albums yourself or tapes or CDs or whatever, so that you're listening without commercials and advertisements. And, limiting, I think it was Dr. Andrew Weil, like years ago in Optimal Health, I think it was on PBS years ago, he had said that, really take a news break. And when you do that, when you take away the distractions, and even especially, somebody was saying the other day, I forget, I apologize because I forget who, I'm not crediting where I saw this, but somebody was talking about, children right now with the video games, and this, and also your cell phone or people texting. I think there was on Facebook, there was a cool thing the other day about, here's your zombie apocalypse. It was a picture of all these people walking down the street, looking at their cell phones, and that is a whole nother video about, how that limits people interacting with one another and things like that. So there are lots of distractions, and again, with the kids and the video games, and not even kids, everyone with the cell phones and the texting and the, sometimes I say to a lot of my friends, like, come see me or pick up the phone and call me. I would like to hear your voice versus this incessant texting or Facebook messaging or whatever. So with the video games, however, with children, 3 hours inside, away from the sun, with the windows closed, a lot of times, away out of nature, and focusing on this very. I do believe it was Barbara Masilek who wrote Bringers of the Dawn, who was talking about this other day, on a video, and their perception is taken in like that. She was saying, and focusing on this little tiny thing for like hours on end, it's, eye-hand coordination, great, but what about playing ball outside, eye-hand coordination, and running around and things like that, building tree houses, la la la. There's also another thing on Facebook the other day about, is a little picture of, it was, I don't know if it was like somebody in the 70s or beyond, before, or whatever, at age 14, hanging upside down from a tree, a girl hanging upside down from a tree, and then it was, a girl now at age 14, from behind with the booty pants on, with the word on the back of the butt, and giving the finger to somebody on her Facebook page or something. So again, these are generalizations. Not everybody is like that. Not every kid is like that or doing that. And there are kids that go outside and play all the time. But back in the day when there wasn't, before MTV, before all the distractions, and even television, whatever, people would go outside. People would sit on their porch. People would speak with one another, and commune and stuff like that. And I remember we would be outside all the time. I think there was like a thing also that had gone around. Maybe it was, a list or something of, back in the day, maybe that if you grew up in the 70s or before, we came in when the street lights, were going out and stuff like that. And now it's like, there's so many kids, that I've seen in the last couple of weeks, that I know personally, there's just like on their phones and I remember even over at my folks the other day, I mean, I was like just looking, I'm like, my sister's son in law was on his phone. My sister was playing a video game. The television was on, and then a couple days before that, I walked in, and my sister and her boyfriend were spending time together. Yet they were both had the television on, were on their cell phones, and not even speaking with one another. I'm like, what the heck? And I actually commented on it. So I'm not trying to judge or put anybody down. It's just an observation, and I mean, I might get some slack from my family for saying that, but I'm just making an observation. So and so again, I invite you to just try no TV, no news, no radio. Give it a couple days. Give it do it for 3 days or a week, and like if you really want to see a change, 21 to 28 days, and see what it does for you. See how getting outside, taking a walk in nature, and getting away from those things, those distractions. Again, there I think it was on Facebook on Becoming Minimalist website had put up the quote, "Stop the glorification of busy." Not that doing things and occupying yourself with things that you love and that bring you joy, versus, like, again, I said, things that society considers fun a lot of times will, drain your energy and steal your power. So that's just, again, for you to discern. But you can look into that too. That's a whole agenda. So yeah, kind of longer video today, but really, again, I put it out there for you to consider. Are you keeping yourself busy in order to sustain a life that you're unhappy with? And are you using escapism in order to do that? Or are you working on the true transcendence and getting into, again, once you have the transcendence and you've gotten through and above the lower vibrational things, then it comes back to, once you raise your vibes and your frequencies and you're getting better at keeping those up, and sorry for so and keeping those up and stuff and everything, and then you can sustain that, keep that higher frequency and those higher vibrations. It gets easier to sustain that, and then it gets easier to attract and live the life you wish to live. But if you are continually in those lower vibrations and, after, like I said, after you transcend, you want to ground. You want to keep yourself centered and grounded. And, you can do that by, going from your heart center and just imagining like roots going down into the earth through your legs if you want to, but also just down, from your tailbone down into the earth. And a good way to really help that is to go out in the grass barefoot and actually stand with your feet on the earth and pull up the energy. The earth actually is a living organism. This sustains us. She really gives much and will. It's amazing, in my experience, to just go outside if you're feeling totally stressed out or whatever, things have gotten to you, to, in addition to breath work, in addition to, relaxation, meditation, all those things, getting out in nature, but actually to, again, put your, feet on the ground. In fact, many people may remember in the movie Pretty Woman, when Richard Gere, takes his shoes off and goes out and walks in the grass. So within the agenda, there's little tidbits sometimes of wisdom. So yeah, just some things to ponder. Kind of a long video today, and I wish all of you increased joy and many blessings and blessings. And I love you all. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Thanks. Bliss, bliss.